sitting here in my...
Hey folks, MajorStumpp here. Hey, well, as you can tell, we do something a bit different here today, so a couple things to say before I get right into this. So, yes, I have done 3 episodes of this already without any commentary of sorts, so I do know what's coming up next, and I'll just treat those 3 as a bit of a preliminary test, as it were. And I'm glad I did, because now I can actually talk about the game without devolving into obscenities over how truly bad it is. It's crap. Regardless, though, you'll see why I'm talking about that in a moment. I can discuss it later on. But, yeah, basically, it didn't miss much, really. I mean, 90% of this game is grinding anyway, so really, it's like less than 3 hours of actual gameplay, which is kind of really sad, but regardless. As it were, though, this is one of the worst Yu-Gi-Oh! Games ever made, given that its, as features I'll explain later on, make it nearly unplayable unless you want to spend 50 hours grinding. Which, brings you to another point. I do have cheats enabled for the game. Now, not like insta-win or get all cards. I still have to go and buy said cards by giving myself infinite money, infinite duel level, and then infinite deck capacity, which I'll explain going in. Basically is, you need to do this. If you're actually going to try and play this game, don't play without those cheats. Trust me, it's much better to do so, and it just works out so much better for you. Because, you know, instead of what you have to spend 30 minutes grinding for, you can get in 2 seconds. I mean, you still have to go buy and build your deck, which is still a big part of the game, but it just cuts out like 90% of the game, which is just grinding, which is very nice. Regardless of that, of course, if you guys want to see more of this, more about anything else here on this channel or anywhere else, feel free to tell me. And yes, this channel is called MajorStumpp Gaming. The old one I had is no longer in existence. All the videos that were there are gone as well. None of them are actually important or liked, so that's fine. But basically, this is the de facto, I think is what I'm looking for, gaming channel now. So this is where I'll be probably doing stuff every day. Probably some old DS titles. I probably will steer away from doing large scale games, more modern stuff over here, because honestly, I just don't find most modern games good. Most modern games are shit, to be honest. Not all, but the vast majority are, unfortunately, and that's... at least the ones that come out of the States. Once you go to Japan, they're okay. The ones that go to the States, though, ugh. You know, regardless, though, it's my thoughts on that. Should probably get to it as it were. So, yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to leave them. If you're seeing this for the first time and you haven't seen my reaction channel, feel free to check that out. Well, I still make a lot more sense then. If you're coming from the reaction channel, feel free to thank you for stopping by, and feel free to comment over here as well. Otherwise, let's get to her. So, Reshef of Destruction. I think I have it paused. Okay, there we go. Audio's working. Replacing, yes, that's fine. There's no save data anyway, I cleared all the save files. Name! I just want to call him Douche, but, too lazy. Asshole, would that fit? Nah, I can't. It's not. There's limited characters. Let's just go with Zonal. I don't know why. Zonal just popped in my head. Zonal it is. Wait, there's lowercase, aren't there? Yeah. So Zonal. Where is the A? Buried up here. Zonal. Zonala. I don't know why. The name is stupid, but it works. Oh, look, little purple creepo. Ooh, God, the horror! Not a ritual monster with only 2,500 attack points. Yeah, that's the villain of this show. Not, you know, some ancient fusion of all the god cards, though the opening is pretty. This rather lackluster monster. Well, hello, not Pegasus. I mean, it is Pegasus, but also isn't Pegasus. This game makes no sense. Oh god, can I do a Jersey accent? I can do a Jersey accent. Now I put this monster card in here like so, and voila, I'm good to go. And yes, the entire text looks like this the entire game. It gets worse. We haven't got to the dueling part yet. So, how's adjusting your deck coming along? I'm good! Sure about that? Let me, Dexpert, one and only Joey Wheeler, check him out. It's cool to be confident about your skills, but you still have a lot of work to do with this deck. Yeah, no kidding. Literally, they give you, and people have figured this out, the literal worst deck of any Yu-Gi-Oh game. Yes, you always get a shit deck starting out. That's how it is. That's how it should be, you know, you have to build your deck up. But when your strongest monster only has like 800 attack points, and there are more cards in your trunk or your storage that aren't in your deck, but most of the ones they give you right off the bat if you don't look in your trunk are like the best one you have is like 700 attack points. Which is pretty god-awful given some of the opponents in this game are actually decently strong. Before it's any good. I mean, the entire game is bad, Joey. I don't think the rest of the game's gonna be good. Hey, don't feel bad. I know you can construct an awesome deck. Yep, thanks to the power of cheats. Hey, look, I don't want to have to do it, but I'll put it this way. When you beat somebody, you get your deck capacity increased, as well as what they call domino, which is like money. And I think you get like under 100 domino. If you do a really big, because you can only duel most opponents once in the game. Not like the other games you can duel them repeatedly. No, you can duel them once. And then there are a few you can duel repeatedly, but they give you 1 deck capacity, which is nothing, by the way. And like 10 duels points, or what I'm gonna call them. Which you would think would be a lot, because in most games, what, like 150 per pack of 5 cards, right? Oh, no. Axe Raider, a 1700 attack point monster, you know, something that's subpar at later levels in most games, or at least upper echelon. 10,000 points. I'd have to duel someone 1,000 times to get 1 card. Starting to see why I started to turn on cheats. Otherwise, the game is basically unplayable. This game puts, best way to describe it, from what I've found, it puts Sacred Cards, the sequel to it, prequel to it technically, because this is a sequel, the shame. And the very similar problems with the previous game, Sacred Cards, but with that being said, this game actually starts you off with half of that existing deck capacity and even less redualability and other problems. Like literally they went out of their way to make a bad system worse, and this is the game we got. We haven't got to the dueling part yet. I'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, okay. You can read it, I'm not gonna read it all out loud. I'll leave it up so you can read it if you want. It's been too long since, yeah, most of the game is talking, unfortunately. Sure. By the way, oh, what's wrong? Oh, yeah, where the heck's Yuki? Wait here, assholes, gonna pop through the door any moment. Oh man, this stinks, look at the time already. And yes, the opening's gonna be quite a long one. Come on, Yuki, how can you even think about being late a day like that? Yeah, whatever. Like I said, I probably won't read this all out loud, but I'll leave it up long enough for you to read it. It will take that long, given, but... You would really take all his rare cards, you ass. I mean, he's from Jersey, he would not be an asshole, but... Of course everything's horrible, Yugi! The entire game is horrible! I wish I could say that's a joke. Millennium Puzzle is gone! Oh, boo-hoo. Yes, all the Millennium items were stolen by... not Pegasus. Resurrected God. He took him to fuse the 3 God cards into a subpar... Yeah, let's go find something. Ritual monster. Like, the big part of it is, like, this game's issue is that the main villain or monster is like 2,500 attack points, which is with a very suboptimal effect anyway. So, yeah, this makes no surprise then why most monsters you get in the game are abysmally bad. What are you still doing here? The 3 of you are supposed to be taking Dual Express. Yeah, puzzle's gone, blah 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 blah. Where's Hot Chick? I mean, let's be honest, she's pretty hot. Forgive me, I overheard your conversation. Of course you did, you beat me, Tom. So yeah, basically she tells you that not Pegasus used a ritual to fuse together the 3 God cards and to form Reshef of Destruction, which is like a subpar ritual monster. Using the Millennium items, they have to go duel people to go get the Millennium items, and they have to go duel 3 people and then duel Pegasus. That's it. You're really scared of a ritual monster's rebirth, huh? Reshef's a dark beat. Pfft, you're pretty way too much on this guy. Okay, so yeah, basically the cards have been turned into stone, blah blah blah, go get Millennium items. You're not really missing much. I mean, you can read the pause and read if you want, I'll just kind of spam through it. I gave you the gist of what's going on here. The game has a really annoying tension of like delaying itself, because if you actually look at, fast forward through all this stuff like this and then actually cut out most of the grinding, it's like maybe 3 or 4 hours of actual gameplay, which is pretty sad. Yeah, let's go beat up an asshole. Got it. Yeah, okay. Then I get these 2 schmucks on my... Well, if you're really not thinking from the bottom of your heart, how about you show me your tits? What? She's not. It works out. Egyptian exhibit. Yeah. I need that. You actually need a decent deck, though, and that's where the problem is. You have to grind for goddamn ever in order to... Yeah, I'm getting the point. To actually get a decent card deck. Okay, now to explain how awful my cards are. Let's see, deck. What the? Hold on. That's not. What? I thought I turned on cheats. Okay, maybe those aren't the right cheats. I'll figure it out. Regardless, you don't really. Well, the first episode here will probably be just mostly explained. I'll probably make it around 20 minutes. The other ones after that'll be 15. I'll for sure between episodes get a decent deck together so we can actually get some stuff done. Deck. You add the trunk, and yes, I'm just gonna add everything to the trunk because trust me, there's a reason for this. Because half the cards in this initial deck are shit. You're like 600 attack points, 700 attack points, which is actually relatively high for early game. And also, due to the emulator I'm using, I will be save scumming like a motherfucker in order to win, because, hey, it's cheaty, but, hey, this game doesn't play by the rules, and you won't blame me after you see it. Also, weird part, a lot of these cards you see, like Starboy, a lot have their effects stripped away, so basically they're just reduced to rather shitty cards, because if you're not familiar how it usually works, usually you have, ritual monsters, you have, normal monsters, and then you have... Let's see, can I sort by attack power? No, that's by cost. There we go. And, basically, you have normal monsters with higher stats but have no effects, and effect monsters with lower stats but have useful effects. Problem is that this game they stripped away because, God forbid you actually have strategy, they decided to strip away most of the effects from most non-important series cards, and the end result is just a bunch of really subpar and shitty normal monsters. Most fusion monsters, doesn't exist anymore. Fusion monsters have been replaced by either ritual monsters, or most of them have just been turned into tribute monsters and other effects. Hell, there's some, the wording in a lot of the cards is weird, a lot of the effects don't even work the way they're supposed to. It's stupid, but also, yeah, in the trunk here, you see, I have none of these cards. Why are they here? Because apparently, God forbid, the game can't be properly bothered to try and actually figure out where the hell... Like, oh, I don't have a Talons of whatever the fuck this is? Let's say you don't have any in your deck. But I don't have any, I don't need to see that. Screw you! Basically. It's... ugh. Let me just build something up here. It's... Okay, you're crap, you're not going in the deck. But I have two of these in my deck to start off. Basically worthless. 500... Not bad. And yes, you can only have up to 40 cards in your deck at the same time. That's how bad this truly is. It's somewhat mind-boggling how truly bad this is. Then we haven't got to the part where we start dueling yet. And this is just a menu system as well as just how the game itself operates. So yeah, like I said, I will definitely get mods up and running and definitely probably do some deck construction off camera, just get a decent deck together so we can actually start plowing through the rest of the game without having to actually do any of the grinding. I have to find the right codes though, and you know, that might take a little bit. Let's see. See, I'm just replacing all the crap cards in my deck with actually good ones. For some reason the game decides to leave all your good cards in your box here and not give you anything. I guess it keeps the tradition though, I suppose. Yes, put you in the deck. You go in as well. So we're coming. Oops. Let's see, 500. Shit, this shit, but it's something. Like for example, Magician of Fate. You would usually think this is a great card, right? Nope. There's literally no effects anymore. They basically reduced Magician of Fate's. The only reason Magician of Fate was ever good was because of her effect. Now it doesn't exist, so what's even the bloody point of having her in your deck? The answer is none. Uwak is in here now. Peacock, why not? Throw that in there. And you'll see there's no spell or trap cards really that are actually of value. Most of them, I mean, this one You know, maybe, yeah, I could go with... I might throw out 2 cards to make room for those 2. Let's see, Tosaurus... I can get rid of one of both of you. I mean, they're not really useful, especially Edaboon, it's not really useful later on, but early on it helps. So, let's see, let's start from the right and start dueling our way down, I suppose. Let me just quickly save Scum here. Like I said, I will be taking whatever measures I need to take in order to guarantee victory in this game. And a lot of times, unfortunately, because of the type matchup, which I'll cover soon here, a lot of the duels come down to random luck. Stupid. Sure thing, a duel's a duel. Yep, a duel. Now, here's what they call the anti-system. So basically, you have to give a card. If you're familiar with the second season Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, the one where they first introduced the God cards, where they're into duels with like Esperoba and all those other guys, where they have to like put up a card, and then if you win, you get a card. If you lose, you lose that card. It's basically that system, but in a game. Yeah, it's a low level anti-card, doesn't really matter. You'll get a good card regardless. If you get a, you can get a good or a bad card regardless of what you offer. So put you face down, and yeah, it's supposed to do 200 damage. It does 50. Also, that raises another thing I should probably point out. It's kind of interesting. Oops, that's not what I want to do. That's, you see my life points down there? You know, 8,000, right? They don't recharge after every battle. I know that's really weird. Like, it's life points. They treat it like a health bar. Yes, but when you go into battle next time around, you don't start off with 8,000 life points. You start off with whatever was left after the last fight. Like, it's just a simple concept like that escaped their stupid little brains. I don't know who over at Konami and Nintendo thought this game was a good idea. And even for a fun fact, this game was actually released, I think around the start, it was during the first season of the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX series when it was airing. So the official, Yu-Gi-Oh! Had officially ended by the time this game was actually being produced, which was kind of embarrassing, honestly, because this game was, honestly, I would have made fun of this game regardless, but if it had been released, you know, back when Yu-Gi-Oh! Was still airing the original seasons, it would be okay. It would be a horrible game, don't get me wrong, but still, it would have made more sense back then because, you know, it's an older game series. It follows older rule sets and all that mess. It would have made sense. But in the new era Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, no, it wouldn't have. Hell, even the GX, or GT, GX, whatever it was, series was... I mean, okay, whatever, that effect doesn't really matter at all anyway. But, I mean, the games there were clunky, yes, but at least they implemented some systems into place that at least made the game more playable, and to at least they at least followed the established rules of the game. It hasn't shown up yet, but basically, so let's see. See how this little monster down here says wind in the corner next to his little icon? So basically, if he were to run into a type, each monster has a type that they're instantly destroyed against and can instantly destroy. Kind of like a type matchup in Pokemon, except rather than just giving an advantage, it's insta-death. So if, you know, wind would attack, say, a forest monster, irregardless of how much difference in life points, attack points there were, my monster could have 0 and he could have 5,000, yet I would automatically destroy him because of type differentiation. That is just how it works. I don't know who's their god that might thought that'd be a smart idea, but that man and or a woman needs to be punched in the balls and or a cunt, respectively. For just being kinda stupid. Also, another thing. I can't show you until next turn. Let's start. See? There you go. That's a perfect example. See how there was no life points that showed up? Well, that was because there was a type matchup. He automatically won that type matchup, so it didn't matter. The bat dies, so if I click on him, right, I have defend, which puts him in defense mode, obviously, tributes, effect, and here's a little interesting thing about the effect card, by the way. So, basically, you can only attack, defend, or use an effect once per turn. So, you know, if I want to use a monster's effect, which can actually only be applied on the first turn and when it's summoned, even if it has an effect that can be applied later on in the duel, doesn't matter. It cannot be used other than the first round. I don't know why they made it that way, but that's just how it is. On top of that, you can only use... So if I use the effect, right? If I were to use the effect of a monster on his first turn, then he can't attack as well, which makes no sense. A big part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, you know, summoning... The card game is summoning monsters using his effect and then being able to attack with that monster. They basically took like a Magic the Gathering kind of approach towards dealing with it, and I don't know why they chose that. It's stupid. I mean, Magic's a good game, don't get me wrong, and it has its ups and downs, but when you try and combine a system like that with a system with established rules like Yu-Gi-Oh!, it doesn't work, because they already had clear rules they were going to work off. Why just change it to be ridiculous? Regardless. So this gives you a chance to show off the tribute function. So it's not like a normal thing where you just click on your hand and then you select a monster to summon. No, that's not how it works. You have to actually manually tribute him, go over here, and summon this. I don't know why they insisted on that, but... Peacock kills him then? Good. See, my deck capacity is basically... Well, I'll explain in a moment. Starboy! Hooray, it's shit. Yeah, of course you'd lost that one. Observe. Oh, you think most games, they let you go back and duel people for more stuff. Well, I'm gonna kick your ass again, motherfucker! Oh, you again, you're picking on me, oh you bully? And yes, every time you beat someone, they become really dickish towards you, and they never duel you again. So it makes grinding really annoying. But, yeah, let's see, can I pull this up? Yes, status. So, Zenola, duelist level. You have to actually, and this is really stupid, you have to be a certain duelist level to use certain cards. And on top of that, you also have what's called deck capacity, which is basically each card has a respective cost, as it's called, where basically it costs a certain number of deck capacity points to be put in your deck. And honestly, the better the card, or even just a halfway decent card, will cost you a ridiculous amount of capacity, which is like 1,000 or something. It's ridiculous. For example, Axe Raider, right? Just a simple 1700 attack point monster. Not really all that good, but there. First of all, it'll cost you 10,000 domino to buy it, which is quite a hefty bit of money. On top of that, you have to be like duelist level 500 to use it, and on top of that, you also have like 500 additional space in your deck capacity, and you can't have more than that or the game will not let you leave that deck construction menu until you get down below that established standard. So basically you have to meet 3 different zones of criteria just to use one card in your deck. And on top of that, grinding doesn't do you any good, because if I go and fight, well, I'll fight Blondie McGee over here in a moment. If I go fight Tristan, which is one of the guys you can duel over and over and over again, it only gives you 1 deck capacity per duel and like 10 domino points. And that's high, which is nothing. I mean, the easiest way to get money is probably to duel like Yugi and Joey over and over and over again, but they're tougher fights and you might want to save scum your way through it. And then sell the cards they give you because they're surprisingly valuable. Yeah, you can sell cards in this game. I don't know why the hell they let you, but there's so much wrong with this game. Yeah, I'm gonna duel Blondie over here, and nope, I want to duel you. Stand still. And you would think that clicking A on them lets you duel them. No, no, you have to actually hit right bumper on them. It's weirdly enough, it's when the Yu-Gi-Oh! DS games like Nightmare Trouble Air or when the GT ones came out, it felt like they actually tried to make a good game. Basically, they actually did a good job of trying to balance out the game and, you know, follow the rules and make sure stuff made sense. You know, you could play as the main character while you play through the events of the show without having these ridiculous restrictions placed upon you here. But if you look at a lot of the Game Boy games, there are a few good ones, but the vast majority of them, he's dead, weirdly enough, they don't follow a lot of the established rule sets like this one. They kind of throw a lot of stuff out the window, or they just say fuck it and make a horrible game. This game applies to all of them. And its sequel and its predecessor was just as bad. But this game makes it worse by making it even harder and making duels worth less. So, I still like I'm playing a lot, but there really isn't anything good about this game. It's just the bragging rights of beating the hardest Yu-Gi-Oh! Game in existence, which honestly I'm going to have to find cheat codes for, because it's the only way to actually beat this game. And I could beat it without it, but it would require hours and hours and hours of grinding. And why should I have to grind for hours to get something I could just punch in a cheat code and get infinite money for? You know, it's just like, If grinding is required, it's a problem, and that's... I mean, grinding has its place in video games, and if you make grinding fun in video games, it can be an enjoyable experience. But a lot of times, you know, sometimes like Final Fantasy or something, grinding can be sometimes fun. In this game, though, no. Grinding is a pain in the ass, and you have to do it, otherwise you have no chance in hell of winning. So it's not fun in the slightest, it's a pain in the ass to do, so I think anyone's going to blame me for having to cheat my way to victory on this one. My personal philosophy is that I don't like having to mod a game or cheat my way through it, and if I'll play by the rules, if the rules are fair. If the rules are not fair, then I will cheat. That's the only way I play. It sounds a bit cheesy, or sleazy as it were, but it works. And yes, by the way, most of the strategy in this game involves attack it with my fists! They take the D&D barbarian approach towards dealing with this, which is I punch that tree, or, you know, that concept, where it literally devolves into punching. That's it. Now, if you just overwhelm your opponent with force, it's immediate game over. Like, the second you're overwhelmed as well, you're basically fucked. Just restart that duel. Which is why I save scum before most duels anyway. Just, because if you're gonna lose, if you're overwhelmed, you're gonna lose. So, there's no point in even continuing the duel. See, I get 3, and I got a decent amount of domino, but it's nothing. Oh, actually, it isn't decent. What? Ritual monster for... Yeah, by the way, another little thing about the ritual monsters in this game, which is really stupid. I didn't think I was going to talk about this, but this would work out. So you usually think that, hey, Blackluster Soldier, I need to tribute, you know, 8 stars worth of monsters in your hand. Right? Most people who play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or even remotely familiar with the show know this. But no, actually, in this version, you have to have a specific monster. So in order to actually summon Blackluster Soldier, you need to sacrifice a Gaia the Fierce Knight. You have to. No other tribute will do, which is stupid because you could just get 2 4-level monsters. No, 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 no. You have to use a specific card. It's like the game is trying to follow the rule set that was it's trying to follow the rule set that was established like in the first 2 seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh, which, to be honest, there was a lot of bullshitting going on. Like, the card effects were not the same, like they could just summon tribute monsters out of nowhere, like a lot of stuff like that would just go on. So they're trying to follow that kind of trend, and that's not good. Regardless, I'll probably just duel both these guys. Kristen, duel me! No, stay still when I duel ya. Yes, I do. You can have this. I don't care about Skull Servant. He is shit. You summoned. In turn. Thankfully, duels in this game go by pretty quickly, but that's just because everything revolves around brute forcing the enemy into submission, so there's really no skill involved. It's stupid. I know I've been complaining the entire episode, but there's literally nothing good about this game other than bragging rights for beating it. The only reason I'm doing it is because of pure stinking stupidity. Like I said, I played a little bit before with 3 episodes of it, but those just guarantee that you have to cheat your way to victory, otherwise you're going to spend a long-ass time playing this game. Not going to brute force my way through, hopefully. Let's see. Thankfully, most people's starter monsters are complete trash. Even if they summon a super powerful monster, just find a monster with a different typing, you'll easily destroy it. It's fine. But sometimes it comes down, a lot of times, sometimes, especially in larger fights, it'll come down to luck, where if you get the card or not. And it's like you'll have a powerful monster immediately destroyed, and then you have to hopefully draw a card that destroys him. If you're really lucky, a spell card, or if you're more likely lucky, the type matchup differentiation, the type that destroys instantaneously. But you can never guarantee that. I just kill everybody. I wish there was just a attack all option. That would be much quicker. I have 1 tribute, I suppose. Tribute you. Okay, Buku destroyed. Like, I'm not sure if anybody else collected the cards when they were younger, but remember those old cards you would get? You know, the ones in the pack that were like Oh, this is a normal monster with 1,000 life points. That literally means nothing. Like, it literally has no effect, has no ration on anything else. It's just a card. Yeah, that's what most cards in this game are. I just got another Jinzo, but you notice he gave me 1 deck capacity and 7. You get 10 if you're lucky, duel points. He's one of the few people you can reduel on a constant basis. It's really bad. Now time to duel Duke. Stand still. Oh. Oh yeah, I have to use right bumper. Stupid. I mean, Tristan died pretty easy, but can't really blame him for that. Most of the cards in this game are shit. Oh, I have Doma in my hand. 10 bucks, it gets destroyed in the first turn it's summoned. Every monster... Yeah, usually, this is the bullshit part as well. Most spell cards, some of them do have some similar effects, like the claw hand one I have. I forgot what it's called, like Beckoning Call or something. It does do its effect, which is weird. Well, a lot of other ones, because most of the other ones do this kind of thing, where every monster spell, trap, and field will be destroyed. Usually this spell will only affect traps and spells, but no, it has to be monsters too. Because, like I said, I think they're going off of the early season rule set of Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, one where people will just pull crap out of their ass because fuck it reasons. Light. I think light is the weakness to shadow. What? Wait, how does shadow beat light? Light beats darkness, right? Hold on. Wait, hold on. Do I have it still around here somewhere? Probably the delay, as it were, but I think I still have the type matchup sheet I saved around here somewhere. Here it is. I really have to pause like this, but I have to pull this shit up because it's the only way to actually make sense of, because this is the problem. When you rely on both type matchups, when you rely on type matchups like this, you don't know what you're gonna get. Let's see. Hourglass of Life, all monsters. What? What? I've never seen him pull that card. He just bullshit his way to victory. Like Hourglass, if that's the effect of Hourglass of Life, that would be, and this is a permanent buff, by the way. That would be something that would be highly restricted or just flat out banned by most game tournaments because of that. See, Shadow. What beats Dream? How does Dream beat Shadow? That makes... Wouldn't Darkness beat... Actually, yeah, wouldn't Light beat Darkness and then Dream beat Fiend? That would make sense, right? I'm trying to insert logic into this fucking game, but the point is, I'm trying to make sense of this nonsense. It's driving me nuts. Oh, Christ. If I'm lucky, I can get, like, a really powerful one that's... no, I didn't. Let's see. Light, your Dream. What beats Light? Dark beats... Alright. Fiend, Shadow. Alright, now that pesky thing is gone. I'm going to lose this, probably. I mean, you can turn this around, but sometimes it's impossible. Yeah, I'm starting to get to the point where I might have to save... I'll take the loss, I suppose, but... Pyro, you're a Dream. They're both Dream. I need Fiend. Actually, this might work out. If they're both Dream types, which means if they attack where I attack them, they'll be instantly destroyed. So if that idiot decides to attack me with his monster, he'll be destroyed. Okay. Okay, now the AI gets smart and decides to actually play smart. Fuck you. Okay, game. You have shit AI, you have shit controls and shit AI, but you're not allowed to have shit gameplay and smart AI. That's against the rules. You can't do that. That's cheap. This is Forest. This is Dream. This is Dream. Pyro. Like, I'm just waiting for a chance to destroy that one card there. Okay, yeah, I'm going to lose because like, it comes on the RNG. This is literally Yu-Gi-Oh with no strategy. It just comes on the pure RNG, which is not a way to play. Do I have anything I can do here? I can't do anything. Actually, maybe. If I put him in defense mode, I might get lucky. Okay, blocked. I got lucky. I literally just got lucky that he didn't get a type matchup that benefited him. If I did, I'd be dead. Let's see. You are Dream. You are Serpents. Not going to attack those two because that would be a bad idea. Well, at least got rid of that. I really don't want to tribute summon my monster out either because if I do, he might get a type matchup that's strong against me. Hero Aqua type? Okay, good. Dead. Problem is the game gives you such crap cards right away. Oh god, I'm dead. Like, that's the problem. If you're focused on type matchup, suddenly your defensive stat means absolutely nothing. Suddenly that great Labyrinthian Wall card you have, worthless. Because, literally, you summon a type matchup that destroys it. So you are Earth. I'm gonna lose. Might as well take one of these motherfuckers with me as possible. There we go. We're dead. I hate this game. Like, also, yeah, the enemy will have great... By the way, the one thing you can say about Sacred Cards was that... Yes, it lets you respawn here, and you have to actually... Life points have been restored. They're not a health bar. They're per fight. Everything about this game is wrong. You couldn't get a simple concept like... Duel Monsters. A simple card game with strategy elements... right, it's pathetic. So yeah, I'll show you just, I guess I'll wrap it up here, but I will finish this game up here, Stubbornness, but I'm gonna have to cheat to do it. There's no way other than that. Yeah, I could spend 50 hours grinding, but I'm not gonna waste this much time of my life on this game, so... So let's just see, see, this looks like a nice Mushroom Man card. It's 800 attack points. Oh, it's 2,000 duel points? Yeah, that seems reasonable. Let's see, what else we got here? Oh, this looks like a nice card. Oh, 4,000 life points? That's completely reasonable pricing. Price gouging old asshat. Oh, another 1,000 points, and that's cheap. 5,000 life points for 1,000 life points for 1,500 attack points, which in this game is good. In most games, that's usually pretty crap. Like, this card is crap by most cards because he's not level 4. You have to actually tribute a monster to summon him, and other than that, he really has no purpose. I think he's like a component to like the Flame Swordsman, but why? No one uses the Flame Swordsman. He's a shit fusion card. You get the point. And I'm not gonna buy any crap cards until I have money cheat enabled. Oh, go fuck yourself, you old bag. Here. Let's just go back to the main square, and I'll wrap it up, the episode there. But yeah, this is... Oops. We go here. There we go, perfect. But yeah, this has certainly been interesting. But basically, yeah, it's not like I complained most of the time, and I was. But the fact remains, though, that this game is wrong in every aspect. Everything from the duel system being absolutely corruptible and broken, to, well, just the decks being awful and the cost for these cards being exponentially higher. So I will, in between episodes, before tomorrow, find a bunch of cheat codes for the game, get infinite dual level, infinite, or like the maxed out of all the stats I can get, and then just get a decent deck together. We can actually start going through the story. Because otherwise you're not going to get through the story for a very long time if we have to go through the normal method. So that's what I'll do. Like I said, you usually won't cheat in order to win, but if the game itself is unfair and badly designed, I will cheat just to balance the playing field, as it were. Regardless, so if you guys want to see more of Reshef here, more of anything else here on the channel, feel free to tell me in the comment section down below. This is the official gaming channel now, so this will be where I upload from probably on a daily basis here on out. Otherwise, though, I don't really have much else to say, so thank you guys again for stopping by, and hopefully you guys enjoyed my attempts at trying to explain just how truly awful this game was. But, as it were, thank you guys again for stopping by. Like I said, and I'll see you guys again next time. See ya!